Hello everyone, this is Ariana. Today another video on how to heal this boss concerning a big piece of meat, which is Storm Legion Generals, the 9th boss of Castle Nathria in Mythic difficulty. I'm going to go for an explanation of what mechanics are important first, and then I will do a walkthrough on our second boss kill, because it's the likelier to look like what you will see. As it was post-nerf. The main ability that will make you do and not do things during the entire fight is a Wicked Laceration. You will have two ways to get a stack of it, and you will have one way to remove it. All of them though. I won't go deep into explaining how you take them, how you handle them. Just note that when someone reaches 3 stacks, it takes really high amounts of damage, and you need to be very careful with those guys. The first thing that is important on this fight is 2 ads. The first is the Skirmisher. He will do Shadow Step on random people, either DPS or healers, applying a stack of Wicked Laceration. His effigy will cause wind that will push you towards the edge of the platform. You need to be aware of when that will happen to either place yourself accordingly, or to know when you will have to move against it. The second ad is the Goliath. The Goliath has 3 important things. The first one is the Ravenous Feast. It's a heavy single target damage based on a timer that will do increasing damage over the time because of the second ability, which is the Ravenous Hunger. It just increases its damage. The effigy of this ad will apply a stack that reduces by 20% the amount of healing received by the entire raid, stacking up to 5 times, and it stacks up every second. The third ability that is important on this fight is the Wicked Blade. The Wicked Blade will target 2 people. It will do a Wicked Blast effect, which is a shadow damage, and apply the bleed, the Wicked Laceration. Anyone on its path will get both the Wicked Blast and the Wicked Laceration. There's a lot of bug going on with this ability. I recommend not to get touched by the blades at any point of the fight, because it can snowball so fast. That's actually incredible. The fourth ability is the Crystallize. The Crystallize is an ability from Grashel. He will target a player, do a big circle around it. He will stun everyone in the circle, then he will drop a meteor that has to be soaked. You want to be in the circle that will stun you if you have a Wicked Laceration effect. This is the way you have to use to remove entirely your stacks. The fifth ability is Hot Rain. It's an ability from General Carl. She will drop up to 5 targets the Hot Rain. When you remove it, you get the hemorrhages, and the hemorrhages will basically rip people off their life. That's like 150% of max HP. During the 6 seconds, you need to heal very hard. Be aware of when you dispel. Talk to each other with this ability. There are several timing where you don't want to dispel. The first one is when Ravenous Fist will occur, because if you dispel someone who will get targeted, the guy is dead. The second is when a Wicked Blade comes up for the same reason. When a Crystallize comes up for the same reason. When a Goliath will go under 30%, because obviously if you can't heal someone who will be removed 150% of its total health, you will die. And so that's pretty much it. You won't have the heart rate during phase 2, but you will have it during phase 1, during the first intermission, and during the phase 3, because Cal is active. You will have crystallize all the time though. Sixth ability is eruption. Eruption is the ability, the active ability from Grasha. He will make someone drop a pool. That pool has to be soaked each time the eruption is cast. And you will need basically to top people off. Either they are dropping the new one or soaking the previous ones. The seventh ability isn't really a healing thing, but you need to be aware of when that happens. As for the skirmishers effigy, that's the upheaval that will occur during phase 2 and phase 3. This is a dance that is handled exactly the same way as the dark recital of the Council of Blood. But now let's get into the walkthrough to unmystify all that things. Here we go. During first phase, nothing to heal almost, so you can damage a lot. You use 5 fillers on this side, just for the amount of healing cooldown you can use, but not for the pure HPS. You can 4 heal this boss in terms of HPS. So here you see that both Wicked Blade, the first ones, they go on the right side of the screen. The first Wind and the Goliath, you can see stackable dot on the entire raid. And the first Crystallize. As you can see, everything happens a bit at the same time. Here we do a Mass Dispel on the hemorrhages with the SLT. That's the best way to handle the mechanic. Here, Wicked Blade again. That's good for the video, but because I was targeted. Here is the second Goliath and the second set of skirmishers. And you do exactly the same thing as you saw previously. The Wicked Blade will go on the right side. You pull them back up. When you have someone targeted by the frenzy, you heal them up. And that's it. You get the second set of heart rend. And we will do the same. During the crystallize, boom, Mass Dispel with SLT. Yeah, the SLT was early, that was mine because I had to destack, so the last 2 ticks of the emerges were out of the SLT, but as you can see, they drop low, but they don't die. Here's Wicked Blade. Just for you to understand, we wait for the 4th set of Wicked Blade to occur before we drop the boss under 50%, which is the beginning of the transition. You can either do that or wait for the skirmishers to spawn, kill them, then spawn Cal. I don't recommend to do that now because the boss cannot be kite, so you will have the heart rend anyway on the raid. So I'd recommend to beat the timer of the 3rd skirmisher. It's better for healing. It's better for the raid also. Here you just dodge the abilities on the ground. Nothing really dangerous. You dispel one by one. The rule we applied here for the dispels were simply when you dispel someone, you hold them up. That's it. Here we did a bit of a mistake because the crystallize is coming up and someone dispelled Zelos. Nothing too dangerous, I just noticed at the end, so I heal him during the crystallize. That's how you should make your choice. Here, Goliath under 30% again. As you can see, he has no HP, so we don't even reach 5 stacks here. Now Horde Trend again. I'm dispelling Bazooka and I'm healing him. This crystallize is getting ignored. We just grip him out. That's something you can do. Do it if you don't need to destack the Wicked Laceration. Here we don't need to, for a simple reason. We're almost at the end of the transition, and after the transition, as the boss now resets every cooldown, we will get a crystallize. So we don't need to use this one. But as you can see, there are a lot of stacks going on and a lot of damage also. If you look on the top left of the screen, you can see that Wicked Laceration is the first source of damage so far. Here we had only kicking tricks, missing the G stack, but with the wind, it's not that easy. First eruption on Dirty, you can see he's dropping it on Star on the left of my screen. So that's the ability you will need to soak plus drop a new one on each set. It's up to 8, so you will have 8 to be soaked and the 9th to be dropped. Here we are with the Goliath. You can see the power of the SLT, because the SLT is the only thing that can heal. It's not really heal, but they can top people off during the Goliath, as it balances people's HP. As it's not technically a heal, it goes through Goliath debuffs. Here, as you can see, there's nothing really to heal. I almost don't heal. You can see I'm very low on HP on HPS, and therefore you could tell yourself, oh, the man is just AFK, but that's not the case. I deal damage, and that's complete whatever. That's really complete whatever. Goliath under 30% again with the wins. So here SLT, hopefully Calypso. Look at what happened here. I want to draw your attention on that one. He has 2 stacks of the Wicked Laceration already, and 3 stacks of the Goliath. So we almost can't heal it, and he get the Wicked Blade. That's what we call a bad combo. The man is dead. He just doesn't know it anymore, but he's already dead. There's no way he survives. So here, hopefully, we had totem, revival totem down, so he reses with it. But you will have to commit a battle res if that happens. In most cases, that was random. It's just we used the totem here because we thought we had the second frenzy feast, but the ravenous feast, but we didn't got it, so the totem was still down when Calypso died. But this is exactly for that you need your reses. That's for that kind of bad combo. Here, as you can see, we got the 5th eruption. And as always, the Wicked Blade triangle with Cal. Here the crystallizes the grip, so you can see the boy going away from the raid. We have low amount of wicked laceration here, so it's okay to grip him. We made a call on some pulls where we got really unlucky, and like with Wicked Blade bugs that drops 2 stacks at the same time, etc. That kind of thing. You can make the call, no, we need to play this Crystallize. That's really up to you. There's no rule about it. That's what I want to make sure you understand. That's not this one, we will grip it all the time. It doesn't work like that on the second intermission. It can on the first. It's absolutely not on the second. On the second, it's up to the bugs, it's up to a lot of things. Here we play this one. Calypso didn't notice, sadly. So here we go for phase 3 now. We drop the 10th orb. So when rush totem, we go on the other angle. We get knocked. And then we go back to middle to position for phase 3. Phase 3 is a joke. You basically have every ability you had during the phase 1 and during the phase 2, you will have them all. But the phase is really short because you can full damage on the bosses. You don't really have to handle the skirmishers. So here you just full heal and that's it. Here we did a weird thing with this set of Heart Rend. We should have Mass Dispelled immediately with an SLT. We didn't. He SLT at the end. That's not bad by itself. It's just less worth it. Because as you can see, we will get Heart Rend fading. While people coming from the eruption, that's not a good thing. It's really not a good thing. And on this one, we will Mass Dispel with my SLT, which is obviously the way to go. As you can see, it completely negates the ability. And here, I think something weird will happen. We will have almost the entire raid dead. Look at what happens here. Boom. You got this guy on the skull getting pushed towards cross because of the triple effigy, and skull went not soaked. So it triggered on the entire raid. So only people with big shield or shit death survived. But the bosses were already dead, so boss is dead anyway. So here it is for the boss. Nothing really hard. Just a lot of things, but nothing is really hard by itself. What you need to really be aware of is that you need to top people off for the eruption and for the Wicked Blade. That's the thing. If you understand that, you understand the entire fight. Heart Rend is more about the communication. Like, hey, I'm dispelling this guy, don't dispel others. Things like that. Don't dispel before something can kill them, so crystallize, a Wicked Blade, whatever. Just check your timers before you do a dispel. As the boss got fixed and every timer is getting reset when you face the boss, you can predict everything now, so do it. You know when things will happen and use it. That's very important because you will be able to dispel people every time at the same time. The question is, who is getting the Heart Rend because it's random, and who is going to dispel? You can even assign it. Like, this healer will do the first dispel, this healer will do the second one, etc. You can assign it. I wouldn't recommend to do that. I'd rather flood the Discord. It's not really flooding, but you can flood the Discord to call who you are dispelling. But everything is timed now, so use your timers. You can do it, so use them. And here we go for this boss. If you have any question about it, something you didn't understand, use the comment section. I will answer to any question coming up. Anyway, that's the end of the video. I hope it will help you get this boss down. Thank you very much for watching it. If you like this video, thumbs up, like the video, that's important for my channel, and subscribe to it if you want some more. You can reach out to me on my Twitch channel at Ariana_live. The link is in the description down below. And do never forget, the wind doesn't kill people, only slacking does.